Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Online. This is Captain Ron Phillips here. It's been a while. How's everybody doing today? So, we finished. I shouldn't say we finished. We survived the Iconian War. Oh, those Iconians were hard to fight. We find out that we survived. We thought we were going to erase them from history, but we didn't have to. We found out that the cause of the Hobus star system explosion was actually the Iconians because of actions by Sela. When we traveled back into the past to meet the Iconians and try to possibly erase them from existence when they were first defeated out of the galaxy a couple of 100,000 years ago. And we find out that we were actually the ones that saved the last 12 of them so they could still survive, except for Sela. She tried to kill them all, and she was the reason why the Hobus star system exploded and Romulus is gone. So we survived the Iconian War. Now we're pretty much trying to pick ourselves back up. Starfleet's trying to pick up the pieces. The Klingons, the Romulans, we're all trying to pick ourselves back up. So the Admiralty is like, well, you know what? Let's go back to exploring while we pick ourselves up. Let's see what's out there again. So here we are, Sunrise. We picked up a Cardassian scientist from Deep Space Nine to study this blue sun that is dying for some reason, way ahead of schedule. So here we go, folks. Let's go back to where we belong. Scientists, science, Star Trek exploration. Sunrise. It's like we're rising to the next chapter here, which we actually are. Sunrise. Here we go. We've arrived in system about 0.5 AU from the star, sir. Still no indication of what's causing the stellar decay. Detecting only gas giants in system. No signs of rocky planets, other than the occasional moon for those Jovians. We're still a little outside optimal range. We could probably get better resolution on sensors if we nudged a few kilometers closer. Well, let's move in closer, get some readings to the star, and see if we can figure this out. That is cool looking. I don't know what you guys, but that's pretty cool looking. Optimal scan point. Okay. I hear some TNG music. Initiating scan.
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors.
Alright, narrow the EM band.
Initial results don't make any sense. The star's core reactions are failing, but it still has so much mass that it should be conducting fusion. It's as if it suddenly decided that it was no longer going to do hydrogen fusion, just heavier fusion processes.
Let's collect some stellar particles and see if we can find any clues with a more detailed analysis.
This kind of matter is ejected during corona events. We should be able to collect some with your ship's ram scopes if we head to one of the ejection zones.
We'll set up a plot of locations where we can take samples. If I remember right, the ram scoops are in there with the Bussard collectors. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I didn't know I was going to do this.
Results are coming in now. This still isn't making any sense. It's as if the star's life cycle was suddenly accelerated somehow, but it never went through an expansion cycle. There's no good explanation for this yet. Maybe something else in the system caused it.
What if this phenomenon affected other bodies in the system as well?
If this is system-wide, we should find evidence of similar problems, with nuclear and chemical reactions in the system's gaseous bodies. There's a large amount of gaseous stellar matter further from the star. We should have no trouble checking that hypothesis.
Set a course for the next closest body in system.
This is very strange. Usually nebulae are massive clouds between star systems. Finding a micronebula in a system like this is quite rare. This may be the result of an event such as a cosmic string, shearing through a gas giant and turning it back into particulate matter. I'll need some more readings to know for certain.
Determine the best places to scan for information.
All the particulate matter will make your ship's sensors unreliable beyond a few kilometers, and shields will be offline. The best we'll be able to do is to check small areas until we get close to something unusual. We should head to where the deionized particle density is highest.
Alright, switch to short-range scanners. Alright, no full impulse, no shields. Still going the right way so far. There we go. Reading deionized particles, icy fragments, trace amounts of inert materials. Picking up some low-level distortion, possibly from impulse engines. Another ship may have been here recently. Keep searching. If there's another ship here, we should see if they know anything. Shields. Readings indicate agitated particles and trace heat from a residual trace from an impulse engine. Reading an energy surge, possibly something heading this way. Tholians! What are they doing here this far from the assembly? Whoa! That wasn't nice.
Data is coming in now. Nothing unusual coming in from the nebula, but those Tholian ships were quite far from home. Unfortunately, they can't give us answers. Looks like there's some heavy ionization on the far side of the nebula, though. As if it's receiving some kind of reflected radiation from one of the gas giants.
Alright, set course for that gas giant. There's a large asteroid ring around this gas giant, sir. We're reading a few metallic asteroids and some low-level radiation. Maybe some additional clues, but nothing concrete. There's a lot of small debris moving at high speed here. Nothing we can't clear up with our weapons, but we'll just need to make sure not to miss. Okay. Helm, stand by for evasive maneuvers. Set course for the largest radioactive asteroid. This asteroid is mostly silicates with a few deposits of iron and magnesium. Nothing particularly special. Alright, move on to another one. This asteroid has some zinc, copper, cobalt, plus traces of tungsten and mercury. A bit uncommon, but it doesn't give us any clues. Alright, move on to another one. Large amounts of nickel, some titanium and uranium, lots of silicon. Here's something interesting, sir. This asteroid's been excavated. Along one side looks like someone used a primitive mechanical probe to crack part of the asteroid and remove some of it. Low-grade warp signature, nothing sophisticated. Someone's been here, but probably not with the kind of technology that could explain the stellar problem. Ooh. Let's get closer to that gas giant and its moons and see if we can find any other clues. Up. Applying an optimal location for scanning the gas giant and its moons. Should be on the display now. Scan the gas giant and its moons. This is interesting. We're picking up several moons around this gas giant, and some of them are habitable. Admiral, I'm picking up comm traffic. One of these moons is inhabited. Why didn't we pick this up outside the system? There are thousands of background signals in space, sir, many from civilizations we haven't encountered yet. Since a preliminary long-range scan of this system showed no M-class or L-class planets, it seems that nobody thought it would be inhabited. Our computers just classified these as ambient background until we were right on top of the transmitters. Universal Translator is updating now. Any signs of starships or bases? A few minor orbital facilities, significant industrial infrastructure, 8 billion inhabitants. Sir, I'm picking up a few low-power warp trails. Nothing the size of a starship, maybe a handful of probes. There's evidence that we've come across an early warp-capable civilization here. Let's conduct a few more scans. If this is a warp-capable society, when we make first contact, we don't want to seem hostile.
Greetings, unknown vessel. This is Administrator Kumar K. Please provide identification.
Well, this is Admiral Ronald Phillips of the USS John Adams. I represent the United Federation of Planets.
Welcome to Lukari. Visitors here are rare, but we're always gratified by the chance to meet and exchange information with travelers. I regret that you have arrived at a difficult time. You may have noticed that our home star has become unstable. I'm leading a project to try to reignite the star. Unfortunately, we've already suffered severe disruptions, and we have a lot of problems to tackle right now.
We've noticed the problems with your star. We came to investigate why this is happening.
These problems started only recently, just a few days ago. Our astronomers noted a significant shift in the star's output, and now it looks like it's guttering and dying. If we can't solve this problem, it's the end of our species. I'm the project leader for our solar probe team. We're going to try to restart fusion with a quantum chromodynamic accretion burst, but honestly, this is a colossal problem, and it may be beyond us.
My ship is part of a larger fleet. We have advanced technology and may be able to assist you.
We have a solar probe ready that contains the booster module that needs to be fired into the star. It's capable of Warp 2. There's a problem, though. The probe's remote navigation systems don't work. All of the interference from the solar flaring and guttering is blocking the signal. Could your ship get a trajectory plot so that we could set a pre-programmed course?
We'll look into it. We can use our astrometric computer to build a plot. Alright. Display trajectory plot. Elevation on the first point is bad. Move it up. Angle on the second point is good. Adjust trajectories. Alright. What adjustments do you want to make to the probe trajectories? Point 1 should be at an elevation of negative 98. It's currently. Okay. Move first point up. Elevation of first plot is good. Second angle is good.
We're getting your telemetry now. I'll have my engineers prepare the probe. Let's see if this works. Nothing to worry about, just the future of my planet.
We'll hold position for you to launch the probe.
The probe's made it out of orbit.
Wait for the probe.
Engaging secondary boosters to head out of planetary range.
Probe's engines are hitting full burn.
It's gone to warp.
We're tracking telemetry from the probe. Its guidance systems and sensors
The
are
probe
functioning.
is arriving at the solar corona. Deploying chromodynamic boost. No effect. It didn't work. Repeat. Well, it didn't work. That was our one shot. Thank you for trying to help. I'm not sure what to try next. Maybe we can evacuate a few people. I'm not going to give up. But the situation is grim. If your people can offer any other help, we would welcome it. But I just don't see a way to relocate 8 billion people in the next few hours.
We are not necessarily out of solutions. We might still be able to find a way to reignite the star. Unknown vessel. Getting very strange readings from this ship. Can't read the interior at all. Where are you, buddy?
My name is Caldano. Looks like I've arrived at the perfect time. I'm here to help with the problem with this star. I'm a scientist, and I have some specialized knowledge that can help.
We still don't know what caused this. Your timing is suspicious. Since we don't have any time to waste, I'll accept your offer of assistance.
With apologies for the interruption, this is my home star. My people are the ones at risk here. If you have some way to reverse this process, my people should be involved.
Agreed. Since no other solutions have presented themselves, we should at least hear them out.
All right, I'm willing to do so, but it will take me a little while to get a shuttle out there. As you might imagine, things are a little hectic over here right now.
Don't worry, we don't need a shuttle.
You won't be able to get a lock on my ship interior due to the subspace manifolds. I'll go ahead and bring you aboard.
Alright. This is very interesting.
Welcome aboard. I'm Caldano.
You moved me here without crossing the intervening space. You have quantum teleportation technology.
Yes. We call it a transporter. It has a limited range, but it's useful for going from surface to ship.
Impossible! This ship's interior is massive, even though it's no bigger than a shuttle.
My ship uses compactified subspace folds. It's bigger on the inside.
Right now, though, we have bigger issues to handle. That's right.
is all quite overwhelming. This Caldano person is another stranger from somewhere else. And you're here to help with our dying star?
Yes, we are. We came to investigate the star, and now we're involved.
Oh. Yes, I suppose I can see how a star suddenly dying might attract someone's attention.
Normally my people are explorers and we would open diplomatic relations to engage in first contact, but this isn't a normal situation.
It's an odd coincidence. We'd probably never have met if it weren't for the trouble with the star. My people have never really had any desire to go exploring out there. We've sent a few probes and met a couple of neighbors, but we're happy at home. We have what we need, so why risk it? I guess this crisis answers that question. The galaxy is bigger than us, and to survive, we need to look past just our own world.
The United Federation of Planets makes exploration and peaceful contact with new species one of its primary missions.
It sounds like you have a lot of experience in meeting other kinds of people. Maybe if we survive this, we can take the chance and learn more about each other. To talk about what we might have in common and what we have to offer.
Well, I'm sure that my people will want to open relations. Your experience here will make you a natural choice to participate in those discussions.
What can I do to help? My home is at risk. I want to do something. To be involved in solving this problem.
Stay with me. You can see how we study and solve these problems. Yep.
Welcome to my ship. Don't be alarmed. This vessel is from the 31st century, and it has some technology you may not recognize yet. I can assure you, though, that I'm here to help.
That explains why I wasn't able to scan through your ship's hull, or how you're able to have technology that can repair a dying star.
Correct. I'm associated with the temporal division of... well, let's just say that I'm an ally from the future, and I'm here to save the Lucari star.
So this involves changing the time stream. I've had about enough of that recently.
No, I'm trying to prevent changes. Someone's tampered with this star. It's not supposed to die out here. The Lucari don't disappear today, at least not if we have any say in it. I have some technology that can help, but we'll need to rework it in order to repair the star's fusion processes. What I need you to do is help me align this matrix to match the star's original spectrum.
Okay. Could you explain in more detail?
This matrix can adjust quantum induction fields, but restarting stellar processes isn't its normal use. This task should be simple. Go to each console and adjust the intensity of each color spectrum in the mix. When you have the right mix, the matrix on the center console should match the original color of the star.
Okay.
I'll regulate the device's main power state from this console.
Adjust blue spectrum. Decrease. Lock in wavelength. Sir, while scanning, I got some data on Caldano, and it's a little surprising. He seems to be a hybrid of human and Vulcan, with a small amount of DNA from the people of this world. Apparently, at some future date, these people of Lucari have a stronger tie with the rest of the galaxy. So he's not just protecting this planet, he's protecting his own ancestors from annihilation. This actually means he's probably more reliable. Let's finish repairing this star. Alright, let's adjust the red.
Sounds like whoever tried to destabilize the Lucari star has decided to come knocking. Let's see who... They're packing a real wallop! Shields just went down! We have incoming!
Weapons ready, prepare to repel boarders.
What are those things?
Holy!
keep them away. I need to finish these computations. I have the device shielded in a force field, but I can't deploy it until these Tholians are out of the way. Shields are back up. They shouldn't be able to get any more boarding parties over.
Alright, where's the doctor? Oh, there he is. Alright.
We've got a breather. Now I just have to charge the device and prepare it for use. In just a few minutes, it'll propagate a quantum wave shift that should correct the star's stalled fusion process. You should head back to your ship, and I'll send the administrator back home.
Alright.
The device is charging. We should be just a few minutes away from repairing the star now.
Standing by.
Give us the talks, mutant.
How the Tholians want my quantum thing?
You will surrender the talks, mutant, or you will be destroyed. Obviously, the end of the path. One more time. We're choosing the star.
Crap.
rejuvenated.
It's working! Look at the star. Check the spectral readings. The fusion process is reigniting, and it's returning to normal.
Readings are stabilizing. The shockwave should be barely noticeable by the Lucari.
Some of those ships have just arrived at our home system. They're attacking our homeworld. We don't have any way to repel starships like this. Please help us.
On our way.
Please, you have to stop them. We don't have any warships or space weapons.
My ship in a web. I need your help.
Thanks for the save, but the Tholians managed to steal the Tox Utot while they had my ship webbed. That must have been their plan all along. My data suggests that the Tholians used a trilithium warhead to destabilize the star. But the amount of resources needed to build such a weapon makes it inefficient, to say the least. No, I suspect that somehow they knew that I'd come here to save this star, and that I would bring the Tox Utot. Fortunately, the Lucari star is safe. However, nobody else will be as long as the Tholians have that device. They could use it to snuff out or destabilize stars anywhere they want.
Well, we'll have to get it back from them somehow, but that means we have to figure out their next target.
I have some thoughts on that, but I will need to do some calculations. These events and the Tox Utat itself are tied up in the temporal Cold War. The Tholians may not care, but by using the Tox Utat, they risk distorting the timeline by wiping out civilizations that are supposed to survive into the future, such as the Lukari. I'll be in touch. At least now the Lukari will have a promising future.
Understood.
Caldano is correct. You have preserved our future. My people will be forever grateful. Not to mention my personal gratitude, of course. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, if you'll forgive my play on words. I am eager to see where it leads. Thank you once again.
My people will contact you again soon. We have many matters to discuss.
I wish I could ask you about your science, your trade, your society. But I suppose there will be time for all of that now that our crisis has been averted. Won't there?
Well, first contact with another species is one of our most important duties. Our initial meeting has shown promise for an exchange of culture and knowledge.
I think our friend the administrator here is going to need a ride home. Would you mind? If you'll pick her up and take her home, I'll start looking for more data about the Tholians' plans.
Well, we'll rendezvous with you shortly.
I have collected an amazing amount of information about what happened to this star. Thank you for bringing me along. Once we're back in Allied space, I'll take a shuttle home.
Okay. Glad you could stick around. It seems that first contact with the Lukari has gotten off to a reasonable start. Now we just have to hope that when the Tholians show up again with the Tox Utat, we can stop them from doing anything disastrous. We are ready to leave the system on your orders. Alright. Well, that wasn't bad. Not bad at all.
A first contact is a significant event for the Federation. We will be glad to open a dialogue with the Lukari people. Unfortunately, the loss of the Tox Utat is troubling. We have some reports about this device from when Jean-Luc Picard encountered it on Ryza in 2366. And obviously, we can't let the Tholians keep a piece of future technology that can destabilize stars. We'll have to deal with that later.
Alright. So, that was Sunrise, guys. What do I get to pick? Quantum torpedo, quantum phase converter, quantum phase beam array, heavy cannons. Whoa. So a quantum phase catalyst weapon, quantum phase torpedo, and the phase converter. 15% accuracy, 15 points accuracy, doubles potency of quantum phase weapons shield drain, doubles potency of high yield torpedo shield heal. And then the destabilizing beam, 135 degree arc. Oh, wow. That's neat. 20% phaser damage, 3 auxiliary power, 30 starship drain. Okay. Hot restart. Automatically removes auxiliary power disabled conditions. Oh, wow. Huh. That's neat. Okay. To foes, high yield and torpedo spread radiuses increased to 4 kilometers. Torpedo spread deals additional shield damage. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's nice. Okay, guys. So that was Sunrise. I hope you enjoyed that. Nice little TNG-like episode there. Someone from the future shows up. And we had some pretty nice shots there. So, thank you for joining me on this little quick episode, guys. It's good to be out of the Iconian death ray awareness there. So, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, well, just go ahead and let me know you didn't like it. That's fine with me. I don't mind. Leave a comment, please. I'd love to hear from you guys. And, of course, subscribe to the Captain Ron Phillips channel. There's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to see. And we'll see what will happen here with Cal Dano and getting back his little star-starting machine here, the Toxu Tot, and see what happens next. So until then, everybody, this is Captain Ron Phillips, and I will